We see on the countertop this note sticking out. It started off, I, Laura J. Ackerson.
It was an agreement between Laura and Grant that he would take custody of the kids in exchange for $25,000. Siobhan last heard from Laura at about 3 p.m. She was supposed to hear from Laura again that evening around 9 or 9:30, but that call never came in.
All weekend long, Siobhan tried to make contact with Laura.
Siobhan kept sending her messages, kept texting her. She started making phone calls. She reached out to people that knew her. She walked past the apartment to see if she could see Laura's car. She did not. Eventually, Siobhan left her a message that Sunday night that said if she did not hear from Laura by the next day, she was going straight to the police to file a missing persons report.
By Monday morning, it was radio silence and 5 days since anyone had heard from Laura.
When Siobhan woke up on Monday, July 18th, and Laura had not responded, she knew something was wrong.
911, what's your emergency?
After Laura was reported missing, Detective Jerry Falk was scheduled for the night shift.
Somebody who's of adult age, obviously, they can go and do pretty much as they please. But what about her 2 children?
While Laura's car had been recovered, she was nowhere to be found.
Had Laura simply walked away from her life? No one really knew what had happened at that point.
Investigators checked flight records, but Laura Ackerson's name wasn't on the list. A forensic sweep of the car turned up no biological evidence. For detectives, one question remained. Why did Laura's car turn up in this particular North Raleigh apartment complex?
We initiated what we call a neighborhood canvass, which is basically going door to door, knocking on doors.
And what they learned was shocking.
The manager told the police that Laura used to live there.
It appeared Laura had intentionally returned to the last place her family lived together before the demise of her relationship with her musician ex, Grant.
So that kind of opens up the idea of, well, is she having feelings about her relationship with Grant, and is she depressed?
On July 20th, a week after Laura's disappearance, detectives obtained a search warrant and paid a visit to Grant and Amanda's apartment, which was just a few blocks away from where Laura's car was found.
No one was home when we went in the apartment. You walk into this little dining area, and then off of that is the kitchen. We see on the countertop this note sticking out. It started off, I, Laura J. Ackerson.
It was an agreement between Laura and Grant that he would take custody of the kids in exchange for $25,000.
Laura had struggled to get back on her feet after the breakup with Grant, but family and friends questioned the validity of the note left behind.
She took care of them boys. Laura was the best mother you'd ever want to know.
Laura's friends said there was no way in the world that Laura would have given up her kids for $25,000 or $1 million.